So this is an episode of Speak On It I couldn't wait to see, and I guess Bondy blew last week, and I was right. Child, she's been on her press tour. Also, tomorrow, Candy leaves to do the reunion. Oh, and we gonna have to talk about those reunion looks. So they're both irritated at Drew saying that Candy made up the She Kissed Toya storyline to do this movie about a throuple. See, now this is what we need on Speak On It. Somebody who ain't on the show that's really gonna get with these cast members, because Bondy is right. Nobody connived you into clicking and clacking, squirting and flirting with these heifers. Please. You'd been participating in lesbonics years before. Bondy said, child, I know you T. Game recognized game. Bondy said, do y'all regret giving her that movie job? And Candy said, that's interesting. Oh, they on strike right now, so they can't talk too much about the movie, but she said she did a great job. So as long as she did a good job, it's good. Candy said, well, after this, we got in a great place, but now that I have to see what she was saying behind my back, it's odd. But they were able to get business done, so I think as long as the check is right, Candy will get it right. Yep, I agree with Bondy. It reminded me too much of the Portia Phaedra situation. And knowing that she's been through that before, because Drew, you're clearly a fan of the show and everyone on it. You could have come up with another plot line, perhaps exposing Ralph's Floridian secrets. However, Candy said, but we gonna roll tape of Toya being on Speak On It saying they kissed, just so that we're clear where I'm getting my information from. Then we get to talk about the Ty rumors, since Candy supposedly made up the Toya rumors. And Drew on the after show said Ralph made up those Ty rumors. But Ralph has his own Floridian secrets. And Vegas gigs. Candy said, look, if you gonna come after me with the bull, I got facts and receipts. I've got the archives, heifer. I've got a Marge from Jersey Arsenal. I mean, this clip with Toya talking about the kiss, she goes over Drew denying it. She said they thought it wasn't being filmed, aka Drew thought she'd never have to confess to her flirt and squirt. Toya says Candy saw the kiss, and Candy says, I did. April 17th, 2021. So how Drew's lesbonics were brought up was during Girl Talk, and of course the topic goes to who's had a girl-on-girl encounter. All of you have clicked and clacked, squirted and flirted. So Sanya was the one who was surprised Drew said no. But why are you surprised at Drew's lies? Bondy said, well, Sonya been messy to me. And Sonya may be messy, but still uninteresting. Oh, Sonya brought it up twice. Bondy said Sonya really has it out for Drew, and I could see that because Sonya is not courageous enough to go up against an OG. And we already saw with Courtney, ain't no point in coming for Ken. Kenya's just scary. I'd go after Sheree. Sheree ain't got nothing going on but bills. So Marlo, meanwhile, who was taping, had sent that to Toya darn near during the conversation, earning her title, Find a Moment, Marlo Amos. But I mean, at least Marlo was trying to get something started, because this trip has been pretty dry. Oh, all right, Bondy's going into the cast lesbonics. And we both, as the LGBTQ, we see you. We see you for your works and your deeds. We see the way you swish and sway across the stage. Well, some of your husbands anyway. We see the way your runts toot their booties. Remember, we the ones, the straight ones, be having the secret sex with. You don't think we know? Child, we know. Bondy's like, what's the big deal with liking a woman? Women are great. People are socialized to not like women. Now me, that's just how I came out the puss. Candy said, well, it might be that pastor mama. Bondy said, well, I'm sick of these heifers skirting around the lesbonic pond and not going on and jumping in. Y'all be making out with women at bachelorette parties watching all the lesbian porn. But then you want to act straight in public. Heifer, please. So Sheree and Candy used to be cool, and Candy let a lot of Sheree's shade slide, but she said, not this year, heifer. Cause Sheree always will say something slick when Candy's just minding her business. Candy thinks it's hypocritical that Marlo gets to say, I gotta talk about the shooting at my restaurant, but she don't have the same energy for Sheen. I mean, she by Sheree. And Bondy has a point too. Candy ain't gonna talk about her restaurant and mess up her own business. And if you want to know what's going on at OLG, you had a whole show about it, but you canceled it. So if you bring it back, you'll know the tea. Bondy hitting us with the archives because she said last year Marlo called Sanya a bitch and now they buddy because Sanya's weak. And it would be, I don't think it would be hard for Sanya to fit in with Candy. Now, I do think it would be hard to fit in with Kenya because Kenya is an asshole. She's selfish and she will order crab cakes and not even tell you about it. That ain't nobody's friend. Candy said, I went on a whole vacation with the heifer. So they've broken down that Sanya is only going after Candy because of Marlo. So she's officially Marlo's puppet. So Sanya gets to be the cool girl amongst Sheree and Marlo since they really have nothing to offer and, she's got a bit of a family, so she stands out with them, but she would be eclipsed amongst Candy and Kenya. And Bondy's right. Candy said, well, Sanya could be her own cool girl amongst cool girls. We don't have to dim her light to flunky level. That's what Kenya would do. Bondy says Sheree's plot line was a plot and a scheme and it wasn't tied. Bondy is hilarious and a breath of fresh air. I mean, she's making Candy look dry. I mean, she's not making Candy look dry, but she's just so fun and just full of energy. And Candy is very laid back. But then they get to Sheree's relationship with Martell. Ooh, Bondy said he's still with his baby mama Ariane laid up. Bondy said they trying to look like a power couple. The producer said power couple. Peasant couple, honey. Peasant couple. Bondy said, I wonder who gave these two this idea because they ain't that smart. Carlos. So Bondy asks Candy what she thinks about Nene saying storylines started being created when Kenya came on. And the truth is they were. I mean, that Walter plotline was obvious. Oh, Bondy said, or did this pave the way for acting? Because Kenya paved the way for Drew to come on and act. Candy said, Kenya wasn't acting. Kenya's just that over the top all the time. Oh, good question, Bondy. How does Candy feel about Courtney? Candy says, I don't like the heifer, but she good for the show. She will stand on her point. Bondy says, but let's get to the lesbonics. Are the girls faking the funk while they're clicking the clack? Candy said, I've been said that. So have I. Because Bondy said, Lisa Wu definitely gives me some tease. She'll have 2 scoops of pussy if you please. Candy said, I ain't gonna name a name, but there's some girls on and off that give lesbonics. Oh my God. Candy said, Marlo swears she's never. Bondy said, not even in prison. Not even a little prison puss. A little locked up labia. A little hoo-skow hoocher. So Bondy was like, look, I had, some early awakenings, and especially at an all-girls school, it became clear. So if anyone can speak to it, it's her. She sees. I mean, I may be cis, but I see too. Girl, Bondy on here talking about all her business. We speaking. Quiet as it's kept. That's how half or 75% of these housewives' marriages is. Bondy feels like everybody's jealous of Candy. That's why they're going after her. And I agree. But I will also say she has been given a favorable edit since the Phaedra Portia lie that I can't see some of the ladies feeling like, well, all she does is promote her businesses and won't really get in the mess. Bondy also says they're jealous of the work ethic, and people like Sheree who fall down the stairs of life realize they'll never get up to where Candy is because they ain't willing to work for it. Nene worked. Her work just wasn't worth a damn. Candy said, whether you like me or not, as long as you were supporting the show, I don't care. Well, Candy, I do like you. I mean, it's Mama Joyce I really don't like. But I ain't gonna talk about your man and your mom. But I even like your little runt. But I roast everybody on the show, so I like you all, well, except for Kim Zolciak. Bondy asks again about the Ty situation, and Candy says, well, we don't know the full story. But I bet Drew had a full mouth of snatch. So the reason it's tied to Candy is because Brittany and Ty met on her set. See, Candy be low-key pimping. Why was Ty on the set? Ty ain't no actor. Candy said, but this movie is going to be very intimate. Sounds like Skinamax to me. Bondy's like, wait, so she was kissing a woman all up in the mouth, face all up in the place in the movie, but now she never kissed a girl and liked it. Okay, heifer. Candy says, I have no clue why Toya texts back they haven't kissed, though. I don't know why she backpedaled and pussy popped. So now we're just lying on camera. Yes, that's what the girls do. You know why? Because we're talking about them. Their truths are boring, but their lies get lips talking. All right, well, that was a fabulous show, Bondy. Thank you for making Speak on It interesting, and Pop, you are a star. I mean, we talked about it on Pop Roast. Candy gave as much as she can.